Microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Some microorganisms cause diseases in human beings, plants, and animals. Such disease-causing microorganisms are called pathogens, and some microorganisms spoil food, clothes, and leather. Let us study more about their harmful effects. So let us study about the harmful effect of microorganisms in human beings. Pathogens enter our body through the air we breathe, the water we drink, or the food we eat. They can also get transmitted by direct contact when an infected person are carried through an animal. Microbial diseases that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, or physical contact are called communicable disease. Examples of such type of diseases include cholera, common cold, chickenpox, and tuberculosis. When a person suffering from common cold sneezes, fine droplets of moisture carrying thousands of viruses are spread in the air. The virus may enter our body of a healthy person while breathing. There are some insects and animals which act as a carrier of disease-causing microorganisms. The housefly is one such carrier. The flies sit on the garbage and animal feces. Pathogens stick to their bodies, and when these flies sit on the uncovered food, they transmitted these pathogens. Whoever eats this contaminated food is likely to get sick. So it is advisable to always keep food covered. Avoid consuming uncovered items of food. Another examples of carrier is a female Anopheles mosquito. It transfers the parasite of malaria, and female Aedes mosquito act as a carrier of dengue fever. So these are the examples of some carriers which transfer the disease causing microorganisms to an infected person to a healthy person. Several microorganisms not only cause different type of disease in human beings and plants but also in other animals. For example, anthrax, it is dangerous for human and cattle. It is caused by a bacterium. And foot and mouth disease of cattle, it is caused by a virus. And remember that in 1876, the scientist Robert Koch discovered the bacterium which causes anthrax disease in cattle. Several microorganisms cause plant disease also. For example, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple, and others. The disease reduces the yield of crops. For example, citrus canker in lemon, rust of wheat in wheat, and yellow vein mosaic of भिंडी. तो इनके कारण इनकी जो उत्पादन क्षमता भी कम हो जाती है और ये भी सूक्ष्म जीवों से प्रभावित होते हैं. So these are the examples of some disease causing effect of microorganisms. Sometimes we invited by our friends to a party and we ate a variety of foodstuffs. On reaching home, we start vomiting and had to be taken to a hospital. The doctor said that these conditions could be due to the food poisoning. So the question is that what is food poisoning? Food poisoning could be due to the consumption of food spoiled by some microorganisms that grow on our food, sometimes produce toxic substances. These make the food poisonous, causing serious illness and even death. So it is very important that we preserve food to prevent it from being spoiled. Some microbes like bacteria and fungus spoil our raw and cooked food. To save the food from the attack of microorganisms, we use some chemicals which are called food preservatives. And these food preservatives preserve the food and kill and stop the growth of microorganisms. So the food is prevent from the spoiling. Let us study the common methods of preserving food in our homes. We have to save it from the attack of microorganisms. The first method is chemical method. Salt and oils are the common chemicals generally used to check the growth of microorganisms. So these are called preservatives. We use salt or acid preservatives to pickles to prevent the attack of microbes. Sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfide are common preservatives. These are also used to the jams and squeezes to check their spoilage. Second method is preservation by common salt. Common salt has been used to preserve meat and fish for ages. Meat and fish are covered with dry salt to check the growth of bacteria. Salting is also used to preserve amla, raw mango, tamarind, etc. And third method is preservation by sugar. Jams, jellies and squeezes are preserved by sugar. Sugar reduces the moisture content which inhibits the growth of bacteria which spoil the food. And fourth method is preservation by oil and vinegar. Use of oil and vinegar prevent spoilage of pickles because bacteria can't live in such environment. Vegetables, fruits, fishes and meat are also preserved by these methods. Another method of food preservation, that is heat and cold treatment. Excess heat and too much cold, it prevent the growth of microorganisms. इसीलिए हम पानी को गर्म करके पी लेते हैं और चीज़ों को हम फ्रिज में रख देते हैं. आपने पास्चुराइज्ड मिल्क के बारे में सुना होगा. सो व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ पास्चुराइजेशन? व्हेन द मिल्क इज हीटेड टू द 70 डिग्री सेल्सियस फॉर 15 to 30 seconds and suddenly chilled and stored. This method prevent the growth of microorganisms, and this process is discovered by the scientist of Pasteur, so it is called pasteurization. तो ये मेथड से हम सूक्ष्म जीवों से चीज़ों को मुक्त कर सकते हैं. From where we started reaching the same place, it is called cycling. और नाइट्रोजन साइकिल का अर्थ यही है कि एटमॉस्फेरिक नाइट्रोजन का सॉइल तक पहुंचना, उसमें मिक्स होना और पुनः फ्री होकर के एटमॉस्फेयर में पहुंच जाना ताकि टोटल नाइट्रोजन का परसेंटेज कांस्टेंट रहे. यह चक्र ही नाइट्रोजन साइकिल कहलाता है. Our atmosphere has 78% nitrogen, and it is the one of the essential constituent of all living organisms as a part of protein, chlorophyll, nucleic acid and vitamins. And the atmospheric nitrogen cannot be taken directly by plants and animals. Certain bacteria and blue-green algae present in the soil fix nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert into the compound of nitrogens. Once nitrogen is converted into these usable compounds, it can be utilized by the plants from these soils through their root systems. Nitrogen is then used for the synthesis of plant protein and other compounds. Animals feeding on plants get these proteins and other nitrogenous compounds. When plant and animals die, bacteria and fungi present in the soil convert the nitrogenous wastage into nitrogenous compound to be used by again plants. Certain other bacteria convert some parts of these nitrogenous gases which goes back into the atmosphere. तो इस तरह से जो नाइट्रोजन है वो पुनः एटमॉस्फेयर में पहुंच जाता है, and as a result of this percentage of the nitrogen in the atmosphere is remain constant. This is the whole process is called nitrogen cycle.
I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. So at last it is the time to summarize the lesson. First, microorganisms are too small and are not visible to the unaided eye. They can live in all kind of environment ranging from ice cold climate to hot spring and deserts to marshy land. Microorganisms are found in air, water and in the bodies of plant and animals. They may be unicellular or multicellular. Microorganisms include bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and some algae. Viruses, though different from the above mentioned living organisms, are considered microbes. Viruses are quite different from other microorganisms. They reproduce only inside the host organisms like bacterium, plant, or animal cell. We know that microorganisms are our friend as well as our enemies. So first see its beneficial effect. Some microorganisms are useful for commercial production of medicines and alcohol. Some microorganisms decompose the organic waste and dead plants and animals into a simpler substance and clean up the environment. Now it's time to see its harmful effect of microorganisms. So first, protozoans cause serious disease like dysentery and malaria. Some of the microorganisms grow on our food and cause food poisoning. Some microorganisms reside in the root nodules of leguminous plants. They can fix nitrogen from air into soil and increase the soil fertility. Some bacteria and blue-green algae present in the soil fix nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert into nitrogenous compound. Certain bacteria convert compound of nitrogen present in the soil into nitrogen gas, which is released to the atmosphere.
सो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स की अनोखी और विचित्र दुनिया के बारे में हमने स्टडी किया। ये हमारे जीवन और मृत्यु दोनों के ही अणु हैं। जीवन के अणु जीवाणु, बैक्टीरिया, विष के अणु विषाणु, वायरस, अलग ही टाइप के क्लोरोफिल के साथ एल्गी, फन के साथ मशरूम जैसे फंगी, और प्रो टाइप के प्राइमेटिव टाइप के जीव प्रोटोजोन्स। इनकी दुनिया इतनी सूक्ष्म है कि हम कल्पना भी नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन इनका प्रभाव इतना व्यापक है। जैसा कि आज कोरोना काल में हम देख रहे हैं कि मानव प्रजाति एक अलग ही समस्या से जूझ रही है। कोरोना से मुझे याद आया, इस चैप्टर के आखिर में आप भी अपने हाथ साबुन से जरूर धोइए। सेफ एंड सेफ लाइफ। तो इस तरह से विज्ञान न केवल दृश्यगत अंतरिक्ष की चुनौतियों का सामना करना पड़ रहा है, बल्कि एक अदृश्य दुनिया की चुनौतियों को भी जूझ रहा है, उनकी समस्या का समाधान ढूंढ रहा है। इसी संदर्भ में महाकवि गेटे ने भी कहा था कि अंतरिक्ष को केवल देखना ही नहीं, जानना भी जरूरी है, चाहे वो दृश्यगत हो चाहे अदृश्य हो। तो डियर स्टूडेंट, मिलते हैं फिर से एक नए चैप्टर पर एक नए टॉपिक के साथ। तो आपको ऐसे ही और भी बहुत सारे वीडियो लेसन्स देखना है तो मेरे YouTube चैनल के पटेल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए और मेरे साथ यूं ही बने रहिए। गो साइंस, गो लाइफ। बाय। जय हिंद, जय नवोदया।